Good morning, students, as well as to my colleagues in the field of education. Are there parents who are listening right now on our station this day? I am WILCOR TAYONE with CORA Benedicto, your teacher in technology and livelihood education in grade 9. And you're listening to the radio Z-eskwela 88.5, Siguradong Masaya. But before anything else, I would like to say hello to everyone. I hope each one of you are in good health and in perfect condition as we learn our lesson together through this radio program. We are hoping that everyone is comfortable in their respective places and excited to learn and to participate in our activities for this session. Have you eaten your lunch? Okay. It will make us stay energetic and active to learn. Are you excited to join with me? That's great! So let's begin! Our lesson for today is about performing computer operation in electronic products assembly and servicing. I will repeat. Our lesson for today is about performing computer operation in electronic products assembly and servicing with learning output number 1, plan and prepare for the task to be undertaken. Learning outcome number 2, input data into computer. Learning outcome number 3, access information using the computer. And lastly, produce output data using computer system. At the end of this session, I am expecting everyone to identify the hardware from the software correctly, create a concept map of the computer system and operation, make an inventory of hardware, software, and web apps website that you have been using at home or you are familiar with. This time, with your module, I'd like you to open it on page 8. Be sure you have your notebook with you, your pen, and answer sheets because we will have to test your knowledge how far you have learned in our lesson. These tests have 20 questions, so number your paper from 1 to 20. Be sure you are in the right page of your module so that you can follow my instruction. Write your answer in your answer sheets. Direction. Read and analyze each questions carefully. Select the letter that corresponds to the best answer and write your answer on your activity sheets. Number 1. The intangible components of a computer that allows the computer hardware to work. Letter A, hardware. B, occupational health and safety. Letter C, task identification. Number 1. The intangible components of a computer that allows the computer hardware to work. A, hardware. B, occupational health and safety. Letter C, software. Letter D, task identification. Number 2. What hardware devices used to input, enter data, and information to the computer? Number 2. What hardware devices used to input, enter data, and information to the computer? Letter A, input devices. Letter B, output devices. Letter C, processing device. Letter D, storage device. Number 3, devices that display results of the processed data that was entered using input devices. Number 3, devices that display results of the processed data that was entered using input devices. Letter A, input devices. Letter B, output devices. Letter C, processing device. Letter D, storage devices. Number 4, computer software that refers to the files and programs that make up your computer operating system. Number 4, computer software that refers to the files and programs that make up your computer's operating system. Letter A, application software. Letter B, preventive software. Letter C, system software. Letter D, utility software. Number 5, computer software that refer to programs designed for the computer users. Number 5, computer software that refer to programs designed for the computer user. Letter A, application software. Letter B, preventive software. Letter C, system software. Letter D, utility software. Number 6, an application that enables user with an internet connection to access and view web pages on a computer or mobile device. Number 6, an application that enables users with an internet connection to access and view web pages on a computer or mobile device. Letter A, hardware. Letter B, internet. Letter C, web browser. And letter D, website. Number 7, hardware devices used for storing information from the computer. Number 7, hardware devices used for storing information from the computer. Letter A, input devices. Letter B, output devices. Letter C, processing device. And letter D, storage devices. Number 8, a group of computers that use a set of common communication protocols over digital interconnections for sharing. Number 8, a group of computers that use a set of common communication protocols over digital interconnections for sharing. Letter A, computer. Letter B, control panel. Letter C, network. Letter D, Windows Start Bot. Number 9, it is a group of globally accessible interlinked web pages which have a single domain name. Number 9, it is a group of globally accessible interlinked web pages which have a single domain name. Letter A, website. Letter B, web server. Letter C, browser. Letter D, internet. Number 10. It is a software or programs which is accessible using any web browser. Number 10. It is a software or program which is accessible using any web browser. Letter A, website. Letter B, web server. Letter C, browser. Letter D, internet. Number 11. This output device is a combination of speakers and microphones. Number 11. This output device is a combination of speakers and microphones. A, headphone. B, monitor. C, printer. D, projector. Number 12. Device generates a hard copy version of processed data like documents and photographs. Number 12. Device generates a hard copy version of processed data like documents and photographs. Letter A, headphone. Letter B, monitor. Letter C, printer. Letter D, projector. Number 13. This is the most common computer output device that creates a visual display. Number 13. This is the most common computer output device that enables or that creates a visual display. Letter A, headphone. Letter B, monitor. Letter C, printer. Letter D, projector. Number 14. It is an output device that prints paper documents that includes text documents, images, or a combination of both. Number 14. It is an output device that prints paper documents that includes text documents, images, or a combination of both. Letter A, headphone. Letter B, monitor. Letter C, printer. Letter D, projector. Number 15. It is where the deleted files could be retrieved or permanently deleted. Number 15. It is where the deleted files could be retrieved or permanently deleted. Letter A, computer. Letter B, control panel. Letter C, network. And letter D, recycle bin. Number 16. The typist reads a sentence of the content, memorize, and then type the text. Number 16. The typist reads a sentence of a content, memorize, and then type the text. Letter A, buffering. Letter B, hunt and peck. Letter C, hybrid. Letter D, timing. Number 17. It is the main memory of the computer which directly or indirectly connected to the central processing unit by a memory bus. Number 17. It is the main memory of the computer which directly or indirectly connected to the central processing unit via a memory bus. Letter A, primary storage. Letter B, secondary storage. Letter C, storage device. Letter D, cloud storage. Number 18. A technique where the typist looks at the source and the type continuously without looking at the keyboard and the screen. Number 18. A technique where the typist looks at the source and type continuously without looking at the keyboard and the screen. A. Buffering. B. Touch typing. C. Hybrid. D. Thumbing. Number 19. A shortcut keys for saving the current document file. Number 19. A shortcut keys for saving the current document file. A. Ctrl plus B. Letter B. Ctrl plus V. Letter C. Ctrl plus C. Letter D. Ctrl plus S. And number 20. A shortcut keys for printing the document page or document. A. Ctrl A. B. Ctrl S. C. Ctrl P. D. Ctrl V. Okay, I will give you 2 minutes to finalize and review your answer. Good luck! Oops, time is up! So, let's see if your answers are right. I instruct you to put check in your answer sheets if your answer is correct. Please be reminded that being honest may not get you a lot of friends, but it always gets you the right ones. Okay, approve? So we should be honest this time because your knowledge will be tested. Okay? So let's continue with our checking. See at the back page of your module and correct your answer honestly. How many of you got perfect? Very good. 15 points up. That's good. I am congratulating you for the job well done. So let's continue our next task. This is what's in. But before we continue, let us stretch our body to make you more comfortable and relaxing this time. We will have a short break to our sponsors.
The Radyo Z-eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by Nueda Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
And we're back on our School on the Air in Technology and Livelihood Education. Let us recall what you have learned in the previous module. To assess your learning, Kindly answer the following questions and write your answers on the activity sheets. Refer to the scoring rubrics to assist your answer. Question number 1. What is the difference between human error and violations? Number 1. What is the difference between human error and violations? Question number 2. For you, why there is a need to follow a procedure of a particular house chores at home or task at work? Number 2. For you, why there is a need to follow a procedure or a particular house chores at home or task at work? I will give you 3 minutes to finalize and review your answer. Oops! Time is up! So, we will have to check your output. Please be reminded that being honest may not get you a lot of friends, but it will always get you the right ones. Okay? Approved? We should be honest this time because your knowledge will be tested. Okay, so let's continue our checking. How many of you got 5 points? Very good. How many of you got 4 points? That's good. I am congratulating you for the job well done. So let's continue our next task. On this very moment, we will discuss what's new in our module. Are you still with me? Well, don't forget to listen carefully as I explain it thoroughly so that everything is clear to everybody as we go on. So, let's make it happen. Locate the given words in the grid, running in one of 8 possible directions, horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. The title of this activity will give you a hint of what words are to look for. There are 28 words hidden in the grid. Write your answer on the activity sheets. Refer to the scoring rubrics on how your work will be assessed. Have fun, learners! Okay, time is up. How many of you locate 25 to 28 hidden words? Very good. How many of you got 15 to 24 words in the puzzle? That's good. I am congratulating you for the job well done. And now, let's continue with our lessons on our module on what is it. Computer software refers to the intangible components of a computer. There are different types of computer software. A. System software. This refers to the files and programs that make up your computer's operating system. The operating system manages the computer hardware resources, in addition to application and data. Without system software installed on our computers, we would have to type the instructions for everything we wanted the computer to do. Examples: Windows 7, Windows 8, and so on. Now, another computer software is application software. This refers to the programs designed for the computer users. This program helps the end user to perform a specific task. Examples are MS Word, MS Excel, MS PowerPoint, and so on. Programming language is a formal language comprising a set of instructions that produce various kinds of output. Programming language are used in a computer programming to implement algorithms. It is the representation of instructions in human recognizable forms. World Wide Web, or simply, we consist a worldwide collection of electronic documents, web pages. Browser is an application that enables user with an internet connection to access and view web pages on a computer or mobile device. Internet-capable mobile devices such as smartphone use a special type of browser called the mobile browser. Examples of popular web browsers are Firefox, Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, and Apple Safari. A website is a group of globally accessible interlinked web pages which have a single domain name. Examples are wikipedia.org, google.com, and facebook.com. Website application is a software or program which is accessible using any browser. Examples are Gmail, Pinterest, Facebook, Microsoft 365, etc. A web server is a server software or hardware dedicated to running the software that can satisfy client requests on the World Wide Web. Internet is the global system of interconnected computer networks that uses Internet Protocol Suite or TCP/IP to communicate between networks and devices. Regardless of the type of network, they are connected to computers need two things to communicate. One, a common language. Two, a way to find each other. And since computers don't speak like human, they use protocols to communicate. This protocol is known as TCP/IP. What is the TCP/IP? Internet Protocol Suite has two primary functions. One, to identify computers. Number two, to identify the method of communication in which those computers will communicate. TCP and IP is the primary core of the Internet itself. These protocols are so closely related that they often simply referred to as TCP/IP together as one acronym. Computer hardware is the collection of all the parts you can physically touch. There are different types of computer hardware and they are categorized as input and output devices. A. Input device are devices used to input, enter data, and information to the computer. Input devices allow the end user to communicate with the computer. Number 1. Keyboard is an input device that enables the user to input text into the computer. Number 2. Mouse is a device that controls the movement of the cursor or pointer on a display screen. Number 3. Light pen is a light-sensitive computer input device that is used to select a display menu item or draw pictures on the monitor screen. Number 4. Scanner is an input device that scans documents such as photographs and pages of text. Output devices are devices that display results of the processed data that we entered using input devices. Number 1. Monitor is a piece of computer hardware that displays the video and graphics information generated by a connected computer through computer video card. Number 2. Printer is an output device that prints paper documents. These include text, documents, images, or a combination of both. Number 3. Computer speaker is an output hardware device that connects to a computer to generate sounds. Number 4. Projector is a display device that projects a computer created image into another surface, usually some sort of a whiteboard or wall. Storage device is a piece of computer hardware used for saving, carrying, and pulling out data. It can keep retained information short-term or long-term. It can be a device inside or outside the computer server. Type of storage. We have primary storage and secondary storage. So what is primary storage? It's also known as the main memory. Main memory is directly or indirectly connected to central processing unit by a memory bus. RAM or random access memory is a hardware device that allows information to be stored and retrieved on a computer. ROM or read-only memory refers to the computer memory chips containing permanent or semi-permanent data. This memory is used as the computer begins to boot up. Cache is a high-speed access area that can be either a reserved section of the main memory or a storage device. Secondary storage primarily refer to storage device that serve as addition to the computer primary storage. RAM and cache memory is not directly accessible by the CPU. Hard disk. Hard disk drive is the main and usually the largest data storage device in a computer. Hard drive. An internal hard drive is the main storage device of a computer. Optical storage device uses laser and lights as its mode of saving and retrieving data. Examples are CD-ROM, CDR, CDRW, DVD-R, DVD plus R, DVD minus RW, DVD plus RW. Flash memory device is now replacing magnetic storage device as it is economical, more functional, and dependable. Memory card. Electronic flash memory device used to store digital information and is commonly used in mobile electronic devices. Memory stick, a removable memory card. SSD, solid state drive, a flash memory device that uses integrated circuit assemblies to save data steadily. USB flash drive, a small portable storage device connected through the USB port. Online and cloud is now becoming widespread as people access data from different devices. Cloud storage. Data is managed remotely and made available over a network. Network media. Audio, video, images, or text that are used on a computer network. Computer desktop. The desktop is the main screen area that you can see after you turn on your computer and log on to Windows. Like the top of an actual disk, it serves as the surface of your work. When you open programs or folders, they appear on the desktop. Working with desktop icons. Recycle bin, where the deleted files could be retrieved or permanently deleted. Control panel is a component of Microsoft Windows that provides the ability to view and change the system settings. Network is a group of computers that are set common communication protocols over digital interconnection for sharing. Internet Explorer uses internet connectivity for the World Wide Web. Computer, where all data is stored. Keyboard. The parts of a keyboard: function keys, special keys, lock screen, numeric keys, normal keys, direction keys, numeric keypad. Keyboard techniques and shortcuts. Since the digital age arises, the keyboarding techniques and shortcut keys become a very useful tool for people who are mostly face their computers in their work or study sessions. The following lessons will show you the different techniques and shortcut keys to use. Number 1. Touch typing. Typist looks at the source and type continuously without looking at the keyboard and the screen. Number 2. Hand and pick. The user looks at the keyboard and don't look at the screen. Number 3. Hybrid. The typist memorizes the keyboard layout and focusing the result on the screen. Number 4. Buffering. Typist read the sentence of the content, memorize, and then type. Number 5. Thumbing. The person uses their both thumb to type. This typing technique is useful only on a small device. Shortcut keys. These are the following shortcut keys will help provide an easier and quicker method of navigating and executing in the computer software. Shortcut keys: Alt F. Description, file menu options in current program. Alt E. Open, edit options in current program. Alt plus Tab. Switch between open programs. F1. View help information. F2. Rename a selected file. F5. Refresh the current program window. Control plus D. Bookmarks the current page in most internet browser. Control plus N. Create a new or blank document in some software or open a new tab in most internet browser. Control plus O. Open a file in the current software. Control plus A. Select all text. Control plus B. Change selected text to be bold. Ctrl plus I. Change selected text to be italics. Ctrl plus U. Change selected text to be underlined. Ctrl plus F. Open Find window for current document or window. Ctrl plus S. Save current document file. Ctrl plus X. Cut selected item. Ctrl Shift plus Del. Cut selected item. Ctrl plus C. Copy selected item. Ctrl plus Ins. Copy selected item. Ctrl plus V. Paste. Shift plus In. Paste. Ctrl plus Y. Redo last action. Ctrl plus Z. Undo last action. Ctrl plus K. Insert hyperlink for selected text. Ctrl plus P. Print the current page or document. Home goes to the beginning of the current line. Ctrl plus Home goes to the beginning of document. N goes to end of current line. Ctrl plus N goes to the end of the document. Shift plus Home highlight from current position to beginning of line. Ctrl plus N highlights from current position to end of line. Ctrl plus left arrow. Move one word to the left at the time. Ctrl plus right arrow. Move one word to the right at a time. Ctrl plus ESC. Open the start menu. Ctrl plus escape. Open the start menu. Ctrl plus Shift plus ESC. Open Windows Task Manager. Alt F4. Close the current active program. Alt Enter. Open the properties of the selected item. What's more, you have learned to know things related to the computer system. In this activity, you are going to classify the following logo and pictures to which they do belong. Write H for hardware and S for software. Place your answer on your activity sheet. What I have learned. These lessons taught you what's there to know about the computer system, its hardware and software, computer application, and keyboard technique. Let's do some inventory of what you have just learned by completing this concept map. Below is the sample illustration you can refer to in making a concept map for the computer system. These are the things that you have to reflect in your concept map. Types of hardware for at least 3 examples of its type. Types of a software and at least 3 examples of its type. So, by looking at the rubric concept of mapping, you can check your work on the concept mapping based on the rubrics. What I can do. In this technology era, students like you are now so adept and experienced in using technological devices such as laptops, desktops, or personal computers, tablets, notebooks, and mobile phones. In this activity, you will be able to do some inventory of the computer system related that you have at home and things that you have been using or familiar about. Follow the format below and do this in your activity sheets. Do not copy the examples. By grading your output, we will have to base on the rubrics. we will have a short break to our sponsors.
The Radyo Z-eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by Nueda Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
Assessment, direction, multiple choice. Read and analyze each question carefully. Select the letter that corresponds to the best answer and write it on the separate sheet of paper. Number 1. A group of computers that use a set of common communication protocols over digital interconnections for sharing. A. Computer. B. Control panel. C. Network. D. Windows Start button. Number 2. Computer software that refers to the files and programs that makes up your computer's operating system. Number 2. Computer software that refers to the files and programs that make up your computer's operating system. A. Application software. B. Preventive software. C. System software. D. Utility software. Number 3. This output device is a combination of speakers and microphone. This output device is a combination of speakers and microphones. A. Headphone. B. Monitor. C. Printer. D. Projector. Number 4. The typist reads a sentence of a content, memorize, and then type the text. The typist reads a sentence of a content, memorize, and then type the text. A. Buffering. B. Hand and peck. C. Hybrid. D. Timing. Number 5. A shortcut keys for saving the current document file. A shortcut keys for saving the current document file. A. Control B. B. Control S. C. Control C. D. Control V. Number 6. The following are the most commonly used file transfer hardware except one. The following are the best commonly used file transfer hardware except one. A. Compact disk. B. External hard drive. C. Flash drive. D. Share it. Number 7. In this method, the person uses their both thumb to type. This typing technique is useful only on small devices. In this method, the person uses their both thumb to type. This typing technique is useful only on small devices. A. Buffering. B. touch typing, C. hybrid, D. thumbing. Number 8. It is an output device that prints paper documents that includes text documents, images, or combination of both. It is an output device that prints paper documents that includes text documents, images, or a combination of both. A. headphone, B. monitor, C. printer, D. projector. Number 9. Number 9. The intangible components of a computer that allows the computer hardware to work. The intangible components of a computer that allows the computer hardware to work. A. hardware, B. occupational health and safety, C. software, D. task identification. Number 10. Computer software that refers to program designed for the computer user. Computer software that refers to programs designed for the computer's user. A. application software, B. preventive software, C. system software, D. utility software. We should be honest this time because your knowledge will be tested. Okay, let's continue our checking. See at the back page of your module and correct your answer honestly. How many of you got perfect? Very good. And how many of you got 7 points up? That's good. I am congratulating you for the job well done. Additional activities. You are now in the last part of this module. Let's make this fun and interactive. Below is the conversation between the two friends, Soro, the sender, and Sanji, the receiver. Assume that you are Sanji and will answer your friend's questions. Try to answer the questions and write your answer in the activity sheets. Number your answer 1, 2, 3. I hope with our lesson today, the computer system and operation will surely help you a lot in understanding the computer system operation in the near future. Another exciting lessons in the world of computer system and operations that we have learned today. Always tune in to our School on the Air program for our next stimulating lesson. Until then, this is WILCOR C. TAYONE and CORA R. BENEDICTO. Always remember, it's not how much we teach, but how much we put love into teaching.
Radyo Z-eskwela Executive Committee. The School's Division Superintendent, Eufemia T. Gamutin Seso 5. Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Romel R. Handayan. OIC Curriculum Implementation Division Chief, Karina S. Frasco. School Governance and Operations Division Chief, Dr. Ruben J. Riponte. Members: Cecilia Morales, Dr. Hilda A. Opeña, Dr. Arlene B. Lim, Dr. Eldecris B. Calzadora, Dr. Dexter A. Siquinia, Nohara O. Pinute, Noemi P. Canales, Dr. Grace D. Pontillas, Virgilito C. Pabrices, Juanito Lapiceros, Engineer Norberto S. Manlangi, Jomar M. Dumupoy, Bob Daylan S. Milabat, Medard T. Ampit, and Paz Eugenia Villusino. Technical Working Committee. Productions and Communications, Lorely E. Quijano, Given G. Hinampas, Judyland T.U., Donna D.T. Bolifer, Mary Rose N. Resma, Riwen Manuel, Irene Lea C. Manguhon, and Bessie Aya N. Banias. Social Media and Packaging Team, Christian Anhara L. Martesio, William R. Ranara, Joan T. Iscoton, Roberto S. Acusar Jr., May B. Istanyol, Richard H. Arellano, Lee L. S. Blanco, Ralph A. Tabanyag, Angelo Gutierrez Jr., and Jade Karen Araiz.